Because an initiative, let's try this, see what happens. So, and we'll see later, you can either go sequentially or in parallel. You can say, let's try 3 pilot projects at once, see which is the best one to solve this problem, and then we'll implement it. Or you can take the approach, let's try this first, see what happens. If it works, then we'll build on that success. If that works, then we'll build on it. So there's 2 basic ways, parallel and sequential. Answer your question. So that's for problem solving. But the beauty of this approach is you can also apply the opportunity search, so the systematic approach to generating opportunity. So what you do is, once again, it's the same thing. You start with a change, some kind of a change in the internal or external environment. From that, you see an opportunity. The opportunity allows you or gives you an impulse to develop ideas. You need a lot more lateral thinking in this kind of an approach because you're not as constrained on it. So sometimes people see a change and they're not quick to react because they're not thinking, is there an opportunity here? You know, we have an expression, is every cloud has a silver lining, right? So everything that happens, any change that happens, is a potential opportunity or threat. How do you deal with that? That's with the idea. Obviously, I think I'll need to eventually change this slide. The arrows should be going down. But that's the systematic analysis approach, looking deliberately for opportunities and ideas to leverage those opportunities. And it's the same thing then. The change source becomes your ultimate purpose. The opportunity becomes your immediate objective. The ideas lead to results and outcomes you want to achieve. And you have activities to meet those results and outcomes, which allow you to meet your immediate objective, which lead to your fulfillment of your ultimate purpose. So once again, the goal-setting hierarchy, the objective tree does not change. And then it maps on also to implementation planning. And in opportunity search, when we're trying to look for ideas and look for opportunities to exploit those, opportunities, initiatives and taking an experimental approach, a trial and error approach, are even more important. So you try different things and see how they're going to work, right? So maybe a company is having issues with marketing or wants to update its marketing, and they see that there's an opportunity with video and YouTube and various things, so they decide to make videos in order to show their potential customers, their prospects, what or the users of their products and services, what are the benefits of using those products and services, and then they can integrate that into their marketing and advertising and whatever, and exploit the benefit of viral marketing, word of mouth, etc. that's possible now because of technology. Okay, so if they do that, they're not sure exactly what's going to work, so they're going to try different things. Maybe we'll do this type of a video. Maybe we'll do interviews. Maybe we'll do, voiceover, sort of like a mini documentary with voiceover. So there are many things, and then you experiment and see which one works the best. Okay. So that is how both of these processes of generating ideas for change, generating opportunities, or identifying focal problems, all of them map onto a goal setting and an implementation planning approach. So basically the common element is this. So whatever it is you're trying to do, you're looking for an ultimate purpose, what your immediate objective is, what are the results you need to achieve to meet your immediate objective, or the outcomes, what activities and resources do you need, and then this maps on to your implementation. And from there, we can create a whole hierarchy of goals and sub-goals. So what we have here is a vision or an end state. So we want to be, for instance, more efficient in our factory or in our whole logistical process or shipping processes and warehousing process. So it's sort of like the example you gave yesterday where you were talking about should we have a warehouse stock spare parts for this telecommunication equipment. So if you look at it from the perspective, what is our ultimate objective? Is to be as efficient as possible, right? So that's a bit of in lateral thinking terms, that's like a reversal. What are we trying to achieve? And you work back from there. So that could be a vision or end state. And then you might have 2 or 3 different projects to see how we can achieve that end state. These would all have specific immediate objective or a mission. From there, you might have a set of initiatives to determine the best way to achieve this objective, this project outcome. So, initiative 2A, 2B, and 2C. Same thing. You have to break it down, always in a hierarchical manner in terms of your planning. And I know you're used to doing this because I've seen evidence of it in the course so far. It goes on down from activity level to task level. And then to achieve the task, well, what do you need? You need people and know-how. You need raw materials, you need equipment, and you need a certain budget. Right? And because each of the decisions we make limit our future freedom of action, so we sort of constrain ourselves. So if we're at this stage here, and we say, you know, project 2 is where we're going to go. We try 3 different ways of achieving project 2, and we say initiative 2B is the way to go. And then we go to this level and start implementing these activities and tasks. Well, by the fact that we're moving down here, we're constraining our further actions. So what was up here is no longer within the realm of possibility because we've committed to this set of actions. So that's what happens here. As we're making decisions over time, we're constraining our freedom, our possibility of taking different routes or different approaches over time. By the same token, by doing that, the further out you go, the greater the realm of possibility because of uncertainty, and uncertainty increases exponentially the further in time. You can tell what's going to happen in this next 3 months pretty good. The next year, a bit less. The next 2 years, it's getting iffy. By the time we get to 3 to 5 years out, you know, anything can happen almost. So we have to be able to combine these two phenomena. The fact that the further out we look, the less we're able to predict things. But on the other hand, we have to make decisions and commit to different approaches in order to keep these projects and initiatives moving forward. So the solution is to try different things. And this is an example I take from military tactics. Okay? Where if you've got an objective here you want to achieve, and you're the attacker, you're advancing here, but you don't know where the weaknesses are in the enemy's defenses. So what you want to do is put your forces through where it's weak. So you're not doing frontal attacks and wasting resources. So what do? You advance on a wide front. So attacker number 1 over here tries this probing attack, but it fails because he goes right into the middle of an enemy defense. Same thing, attacker number 2 tries, he goes past this guy, but then he ends up bumping into these people. Attacker number 3 goes through the middle through an obstacle that's less covered. He manages to make his way through, and then we send a further attacker to reinforce him, and they get to the objective. Well, you can apply the same principle in business, or in organization, or in operations, whatever. So you've got, in this case, for instance, we're looking at creating a new business segment, a new market segment. Well, and we've got competitors. Competitor A is defending his turf with different products and services. Competitor B is doing the same thing. So we try innovation 1, it doesn't work. We try innovation 2, it doesn't work. We try innovation 3, we're going through the unknown here, but we're starting to make a breakthrough. We reinforce it with more resources, and we're able to create a whole new segment. Okay? Just by probing and using a trial and error approach. So what we get here is we get this hierarchy of objectives and plans. So we can see each of these, say, projects here or initiative as alternatives, and we can eliminate the ones that don't work. Or we could do a preliminary cut. We could do, let's have a business case for each of these ideas or each of these options, and then we determine project 1 and 2 are not as good as project 1 and 3 are not as good as project 2, so we eliminate them. And then project 2, we can decide to proceed in sequence. So let's try 2A first, and then 2B, and then 2C, or we can do them all at the same time. So all these steps can be sequential to achieve the aim, or alternatives competing to achieve the aim. So when we go back to the beginning of the course, when we talked about Google X, what are they doing? They've got 3 approaches to innovation and improvement, right? They've got the 20% time. They've got Google X, which is bigger, more strategic ideas. And then they've got let's buy acquisition. They buy or acquire startup companies that are having success. So if this one works better for a couple of years, then they'll get, these might not do anything for 2 or 3 years. But then this might stop for a while, and then this will take over. And then this will take over. And then it'll come back to this, or maybe it'll be a combination.